Hey everybody, this is a Louis G's wrestling take, and I'm just taking a little walk around St. Bonaventure University. It's a beautiful day here on campus, and I'm here to share my quick thoughts and reaction on WWE Backlash 2024 France. And I gotta say, for a show to take place after the huge event of WrestleMania 40, I thought it was a really good show. There were only 5 matches, but I thought all of them were effective. They did well in their own right. First off, I want to talk about the opening match between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. I liked how it started out as a brawl, and then Nick Aldis comes out and says, if that's how you really want to play it, then fine. This tag match is now a tornado tag team match, no disqualifications, and I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was really cool. I liked all the bits of hardcore because I felt like, considering how it's been building up, this is exactly what needed to happen. I like how this is establishing Nick Aldis as a great authority figure in the WWE. He's saying, if you're all going to play dirty, then this is how it's going to be. We saw that when it came to the Royal Rumble, when he said, if you guys are going to interfere in a triple threat match to determine the #1 contender, then fine. Roman Reigns has to face all these guys. We saw that at the Royal Rumble and went pretty well. But of course, we got to talk about the end of the match. We ended up getting a Tangaloa debut, and I know some people thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu because he already signed with WWE, and no one thought it was going to be Tangaloa. But I think, hey, WWE does a huge job at pulling off these huge surprises like that. So I think it was a really interesting debut, and I knew this new bloodline with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, they had to win because, you're trying to establish this new bloodline without Roman Reigns, until he comes back. This is exactly the win they needed, and to get a win over 2 respectable veterans makes a lot of sense. The next match is, of course, the women's triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship between Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton. I thought they all did a really good job. They had a lot of in-ring chemistry together. It was a really good match, and I knew Bayley was, I knew she was going to win, but, don't take away the credit from Tiffany Stratton. I think she's definitely gotten herself over with the international crowds. And considering that WWE Queen of the Ring is coming up, I'd say she's one of my top favorites to win it. I'll explain more in a future video later, but good match. Bayley won, so that makes me 2 for 2, or 2 for 5, because that was my predictions. The third match is also the main event: Jey Uso versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, again, I predicted that Damian Priest was going to win, but hey, Jey Uso still really on top right now. He has that amazing fire. He had an amazing entrance Saturday, coming from the crowd, which was a very electric crowd, probably one of the best crowds I've seen all year. Another great example of WWE pulling off these events with great reactions from international crowds. But really good match. I did know it was going to get a little messy when the Judgment Day came in. It was just JD and Finn Balor. I know some people are trying to tag it forward that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are soon going to, one of them is going to turn on the other, and we're going to get a match between these two. And some people feeling like it's being treated just like a mid-card. I do agree with that. There's not really too much build-up going on right now, but who knows? If some people are saying this is going to be a SummerSlam feud, we got a couple months. We'll see if it works out. The fourth match I'm going to talk about is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control, or the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Again, I feel like it was kind of the filler match, but it was a good way to see Jade Cargill finally win some WWE gold. And again, I said earlier, I think this could potentially lead to a betrayal from either Cargill or Bianca Belair, and it could lead to a feud between these two for, let's say, SummerSlam, and I think that would make a lot of sense. I think it's probably coming. I would like to see Bianca Belair kind of run as a heel, and I do think it's interesting that we get to see two very strong women in the WWE have this kind of run as a tag team, and maybe bring some attention to women's tag team wrestling, because I feel like that's been the weakest division in the entire WWE, and I'm hoping that I have faith that these two can possibly bring more attention to that. And then of course we have the main event, which is Cody Rhodes in his first WWE undisputed Universal title defense against the phenomenal one AJ Styles. Again, I thought it was a pretty interesting build-up, a great face-to-face with these two on the SmackDown the night before, and I thought it was a really good match. I liked I liked the Stardust callback, and again, I thought these two had really good in-ring chemistry. Styles can still go with it. I mean, he's in his late 40s and he still has incredible in-ring performances. He had a great, having this great match with Cody. He's proven exactly why The Undertaker called him the Shawn Michaels of this generation. And I am hoping that we're able to get some more high-profile feuds with Styles, and he could be utilized more, because he said it himself, he's not going to be around much longer, and he will most likely retire. I say like he'll likely retire in the next, I think he'll likely retire in the next 3 years. That's just my personal opinion. He might go on for a little bit longer, but that's my best opinion. He's in his late 40s, but yeah, I just don't think he has that much longer. I mean, I think he had a really great run, and he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, definitely going to get in. I still remember when he first debuted in the 2016 Royal Rumble. Great run from him, great matches. Styles, you still got it, man. I mean, I love your storytelling abilities. I loved how you were portraying the idea. He was portraying the idea of, I have to finally win a title. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't won the WWE title since 2018 when I lost it to Daniel Bryan. But again, the in-ring storytelling was excellent. I thought this was a really good first title defense for Cody Rhodes. And I think, considering that they're not going to be high-profile feuds unless it's either The Rock or Roman Reigns, I still think Cody and whoever he's working with can put on really good matches. Now that we got Backlash out of the way, the last thing I want to mention is, again, the crowd. Largest gate ever for a WWE arena show. How about that? This just tells you again how these international crowds are. They just create this amazing energy, and really just shows how much they love wrestling like this. They love all of this, and it really makes me hopeful that WWE will finally, maybe at one point, have a WrestleMania in Europe. I mean, we did get the announcement on Saturday during the Kentucky Derby pre-race show that WrestleMania 41 will take place in Las Vegas next year on April 19th and April 20th. But, hey, I still imagine WrestleMania will be in London at some point in the near future. I have complete faith in that. And now that we got Backlash out of the way, the next event we got is King of the Ring. I'll later be posting a sort of little tournament bracket of predictions on who I think should win King of the Ring, and also Queen of the Ring, and why I think will be the best fit. So this has been a Louis G's wrestling take. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.